We got Zempro chance. Wow, we got everybody's a star here at CTWC, Ben. 3, 2, 1, Tetris! Buko! Of course, you gotta get the Buko chance here.
They're doing God's work in the crowd, ladies and gentlemen. They're chanting Buko's name. It's a tradition here at Classic Tetris to chant the name of the Buko.
Yes, yeah, for those that are new, maybe watching this is the king of the restreams, Kingsman, alongside the icon of Classic Tetris, Mr. Ben Mullen. We are calling your action here for CT2. This is the top 16. So they'll get that bottom third fixed up in a moment. Yeah. This is the top 16, Ben. These are your 16 best players in the world.
Best players in the world, yeah. And they're so good that there's almost not much to say about the Tetris itself, at least in the beginning of games. And so this is the moment we make anecdotes about the past and think up jokes. But I will say this about the games: they look perfect so far.
And that's kind of why they put you with me. That's why they put you with me, Ben, because I kind of lead the horse to water so you can lap it up and drink it all.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So we're starting out. Look at that, 0. That's tie there. It's a tie between Alex and Sodian. Where's the pushdown points, Ben?
On a perfect tie, no pushdown points. They're above that. They wouldn't dare.
They wouldn't dare. But you know, what's funny, Ben, is that in qualifying, Fractal didn't do any pushdown points, and he missed a max out by, I believe it was 100 points.
It was 100 points.
999.
So you usually will get 100 points from pushdown in an average game.
Right. But anyway, things kicking off here, Ben. We've got Huff at 110, DMJ at 143, has an early 30,000 point lead on our bottom. Alex T.
Still an effective tie on the bottom.
Yeah, about 20,000 point difference there.
Yeah.
So early days here, Ben. It's early days.
You can tell how much they insist on perfection. I looked at Alex T's face while he burnt a single earlier, and he looked upset about a single having to be burned. That's professionalism at its finest, folks.
Almost certainly, yeah. Let's go over some stats here, Ben, while we let these players do their thing early on. The Huff DMJ matchup. Huff is 3-0 lifetime on DMJ, kind of referencing back. Their last meetup was at the RITP. You can't call it RIP. It's RIT, Rumble in the Prairie, which is a regional event that's hosted in Champaign, Urbana, Illinois.
Oh.
They just met up back in March, and they met in the finals there where Huff defeated DMJ in that.
Okay. So that makes Huff the favorite right now, probably.
Yeah.
But we don't know.
Now let's talk about that for a second. Like when you're an opponent going in lifetime, defeated. You haven't never beaten this opponent, so you would know this playing Jonas, right? You've never beaten Jonas.
Believe it or not, Kingsman, I've played a few matches in my life where I was not the favorite. In fact, the majority of matches.
I don't believe that. How dare you? Well, you're falsifying records here.
You go into the thing thinking, I've really got to swing for the fences.
Yeah.
And it usually makes me play a little more aggressively. And oftentimes that makes me make mistakes. I don't know that would be the case with a guy like DMJ, but that's what it would do to me.
Well, thankfully, he's not the icon, Ben Mullen, because he's got a very tough opponent in the Huffster. Huff is at 262, DMJ at 299. DMJ keeping that more than a Tetris lead safely in the little past the halfway marker of our level A team. Who on the bottom, Alex with a 36,000 point lead over Sodium, now went down to 15 because of those Tetrises, and they're just trading shots back and forth here, Ben.
Yeah, they're trading back and forth. Nobody's weakening at all. It's just incredible. Now I'm going to tell a little anecdote that I told yesterday too, and I know I'm sorry if you're hearing this twice, anybody in chat. You've probably heard that they're giving Tetris shirts for the Red Cross if you donate blood. A great thing to do. Go out and donate blood today. I did this. I went out and I donated blood. But because I'm Ben Mullen and I'm prone to mistakes, I went to Memorial Blood Centers. Also a fantastic outfit, but they're not the Red Cross, and so they had no idea what I was talking about when I asked about a shirt. And I just want you all to know that even my blood drops are misdrops. I'll be here all day, folks. Kirby has the Red Cross shirt. A slight tingling. Whenever a player Mullins, Ben Mullen experiences a slight tingling in his earlobes. I like being able to read chat. This is some good content you guys are giving us.
Well, chat loves you, Ben. They know, they acknowledge the icon. They know how meaningful your impact was in those years you've been playing at the highest levels back then, right? So
I was good for a little while once. It was a good run. It was fun. And now it's really fun to be a commentator. It's a lot less stressful, although it's still a little stressful.
Well, you're doing, Ben, listen, the crowd loves you. They want more Ben Mullen on the cons, and I think we found our Tony Romo here in the world of Classic Tetris.
I like to think of myself as Charles Barkley.
Oh, man.
Have you seen his commentary in the NBA?
Oh, man. We got to get the, well, no plugs here. We got to get some sandwich sponsorships for you, Ben, right?
Quaid is probably Charles Barkley, honestly.
I think he's more Dennis Rodman.
Oh, yeah, he's Dennis Rodman
He's
to a T.
Right, the original. 481 for Huff, 473 for DMJ.
All right, yeah, both screens are just effectively tied still, and they're both very high score rates, both at the top well, actually the top, Huff and DMJ are both lower score rates. And this is indicative of two great players with piece sets that maybe aren't as good. And that's a testament to why the same piece set is so important in competitive gameplay.
Right.
You're either both going to suffer or no one's going to suffer. Exactly. So it's equivalent suffering, you're tied, everything's fine.
Very true. As we've moved on to transitions here, Huff and DMJ continue their war at the top, 20,000 points the difference.
Above 700K on level 20. Wow.
Yeah, no, Alex had a high 600K transition going in, but Sodium, look at Sodium keeping up, and he's taking the lead right back. That one has been back and forth the whole way.
Nobody's backing down. Really on either side. It's kind of incredible to watch this.
And Ben, what do you got to think about the level of probably nerves going on for some of these players? Yeah, I think Sodium, he's coming in as the underdog against Alex D, but he's pushing him. He's pushing Alex to have to play hard.
And it's a crazy thing to think of Sodium being an underdog. He's so incredibly great. But yeah, nerves get to everybody. They don't show it. All these guys look like they got ice water in their veins, but I'm sure there's nerves.
No, absolutely. But they're not showing it right now.
They're not showing it.
They're looking fierce, opening up a nice lead of 68,000 points. DMJ trying to keep it close to that, and we'll get it 42,000 down. It's 727 to 685 on the top. Alex at 841 and Sodium 837. Ooh, Ben, this is a banger.
There was a slight dig that had to happen, but it happened during a drought anyway, so no harm, no foul for Sodium and Alex. Kirby says nerves aren't a factor, and I tend to think that's right. They're just used to this. They're steamrolling this game, and they're doing inspiring things, frankly.
Well, I'm going to play devil's advocate on that for Kibby.
Oh, okay.
We're in a new venue, but this is a larger space we're in. Higher production value going on. The eyes of the world are watching us right now as we're going deep into transition.
I do feel like this microphone alone is worth my 401k. It is a very high production value. And you all at home can't necessarily see this, but I know you believe it, but this is a high production value. There are people helping behind the scenes in a million different ways at this tournament, and it's why it looks so good. And is so good.
Oh, no, it is. It is. And you brought it together for us here. We're at 870 on the top, 856 for DMJ. Huff hanging on to a lead as we're getting close to that 29 play. Alex over 1 million points. Sodium over 1 million points. Sodium with a 50,000 point lead over one of the favorites.
Yeah, we got a real game down here on the bottom.
Oh, and Huff is going to top out, Ben.
Huff tops out. Huff tops out.
And DMJ is
that happened all of a sudden. So
that came out of nowhere.
And DMJ is not the favorite. I think I recognize that Tetris blanket that comes from Five Below.
That's a great store.
And now we're into the kill screen for Sodium already.
Yeah, Alex
He's still
is down
looking solid.
87,000 points, Ben.
Alex has work to do, but he can do it.
If anyone's going to do it, Ben, Alex can do it. He's one of the masters of 29 speed. We know he's crashed the game. We know
as long as nerves don't get to this guy, he can do it. He's operating. Sodium has some problems on the screen right now. I don't know if it's enough problems to stop him.
Yeah, board getting up high for Sodium. He's got a 38,000 point lead. What he's trying to do, Ben, is just...
Oh, Sodium, another misdrop. Sodium might have troubles. But Alex might have troubles too, I'm not sure.
And that'll do it for Sodium. He's got a
Okay, so he's got a 30,000 point chase down. He's got to operate. He knows what he needs to do. Can he do it?
Yeah, this is what they call the line-out merchant strats here, Ben.
This guy's got ice water running through his veins. It's just incredible to watch him play.
All that grinding, all that streaming that he does to show you how he plays 29, Ben, it's going to pay off as he's now less than 10,000 points.
Just an absolute machine. If this guy were in the Matrix, he'd be an agent. Oh, and there, that's
done,
okay. So we've
Smith
got
right there.
Alex T and DMJ taking the first games. Congrats to all.
In 3, 2, 1,
Tetris! And we're off to the races in game 2. And we calm down and talk about other things while they set up the easy lines. We call these the easy lines.
These are the easy ones, so we can talk a little bit here about some other stuff, right? We got Alex T and so we talked about Huff and DMJ. Yeah. DMJ consistent 1.1 level player, ranked number 26 in the premier poll that we have that Pumpy puts out there. Alex T and Sodium, they've only played one time outside of this.
Really?
And Alex is 1-0.
1-0 Alex, okay.
And Sodium has been really, as I mentioned, is an original Fave 5 of the Kings here, Ben. But he won a regional in order to earn a spot here, and not to, he still had to qualify, but somewhat guaranteed a spot at this point.
Sure.
He won the Boston Tea Parody, and you notice the way it's spelled there, Ben.
And I want to go on the record saying that's the best name for a Tetris tournament that I have heard. I
should have invited you for that one as a special.
Yeah, that's a dad joke wrapped up in a name. I
All
love
the
it.
puns for days you could have had there. But yeah, Sodium won that. And the thing is that, Ben, that Fractal, this was his event that he organized. He played in this, and he didn't even make it to the finals. He was defeated in semifinals.
Oh, and Fractal not making finals is absurd.
That was a big
so the
deal.
gameplay must have been absurd.
That was a big deal. So Sodium's ranking on the premier poll is 17th. Alex T, of course, when we talk about the FMS, that Scout and Marfrum love to talk about, that fair median score, Ben. And, you seem like you're a numbers guy. So
I like numbers now and again.
That fair median score, kind of just talking about like their average range of scoring in matches.
Yeah.
And, at certain points, like do they have intentional top outs or non-intentional because of mullening and stuff like that. So
I've seen the stats on his fair median score. I just want to point out that Alex T right now has a board that it certainly won't kill him, but it looks not wonderful. And so this will probably put him down just a bit in score, but he's getting it down. You know what I really love about Tetris?
What is it, Ben?
Just as a game, and about the competitors in Tetris. I follow sports. I don't really follow team sports as much because it's muddy what makes a person good. But I do follow things like track and field, professional swimming. And the reason I follow things like that is very similar to why I love Tetris. To be very good at them makes you almost like a platonic form. To borrow a phrase from philosophy, like you become almost the perfect embodiment of placement decisions and execution. And what we see when some of these guys play, it's like watching a platonic form operate live on screen. And it's a beautiful thing.
Ben, I have to ask you, because you're a legend, were you sitting in on class when Socrates gave that beautiful speech?
Am I old enough to have been there live?
Were you old enough to be there, Ben? Some people might say.
I fed him the hemlock. And I felt bad ever since.
Do you have dinner with Play-Doh?
Oh, God. Terrence Howard has entered the chat. Oh, my God. I've been watching some Terrence Howard things, and I just want to affirm to everyone, 1 times 1 equals 1. What a guy.
Apparently fans not happy we're missing line spins here, Ben, while you're philosophizing, but that's okay. We're in the early days here. We are past the halfway marker for all players. 355 for Huff, 258 for DMJ. Nice healthy lead for Huff to start. Meanwhile, Alex T, Sodium, what a shock, Ben.
Yeah, so we got the people who are up now. Oh, wait, no, that'd be wrong. Never mind what I was about to say. So they're all doing well.
They're all doing well, but Huff having a little bit of a bigger lead, right? Nice delayed burn set up for DMJ. Looking for that J, but the Z does the job and bringing this board back down. You know, Ben Huff told me, you mentioned about the Tetris blanket there. Huff said, kind of cold in the convention, you know, air conditioning.
Yeah, it's some areas get a little cold, which is good, I think, well, it's not good for the hands.
That's what
I don't like cold hands
when I play. I was going to lead to that. Huff has been complaining about very cold hands.
Yeah.
I shook Huff's hand earlier. It's ice cold.
Yeah.
And it's very difficult to be able to roll with an icy cold hand. I mean, let alone, like, if you're a dash player and you have cold hands, it's hard to be moving that defense.
It's hard,
It might be easy, but it's not, right, Ben?
A lot of times when I was really playing a lot, and because I live in Minnesota, so it gets real cold, I would have to get home and I'd run my hands under a hot tap water before I played just to be able to effectively operate. But yeah, you don't want cold hands for this game.
No. I mean, this is the one game that you can't play. Like, I mean, it was like, you know, if we go back to some of the old stuff where you can play. Maybe did you ever try playing Tetris with like a U-Force or something like that? You just have your hand, or maybe the Power Glove. Ben.
Oh my God, playing with non-standard controllers is. There should be some high score categories just for that.
Yeah, there should be. I think you can get into that, Ben. We can see you break some records again.
Do we have a high score category for the
Shredder?
For the Shredder?
Probably.
Has anybody?
Probably. Well, I'll ask Mark.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
We'll relay that.
He's probably looking it up and typing it right now.
For it. Or you can just ask Steve to look and say, I got to level like 20, bro. So.
Chat probably knows. All right, so just a quick score update because we are nearing transition. Sodium's up by barely, I guess. Probably not even up given the score rate. So very, very close. But Huff does have a lead. That we could call a lead.
Oh, Sodium has got trouble here, Ben.
Oh, Sodium does have serious trouble.
That only burned
and that's going to end Sodium. And that's going to give Alex T a 2-0 lead.
Tough one for Sodium there, Ben. Like, you saw he went aggressive. He tried to see if he could get that instead of filling that dependency in the middle. And then he had a J coming, but the J would have just blocked everything. So you had to go for it. You had to go all in.
Yeah. I believe last night at the while we were out together having fun, I referred to the prospect of beating Alex T as similar to trying to beat an F5 tornado in a competition to blow out candles. And that's about what it looks like.
Meanwhile, we got action going on here at the top.
Okay, it looks like we're ready to count down.
Let's go in 3, 2, 1. Tetris for our guys here.
3, 2, 1. Tetris. Actually, they've already started. It's all right.
No, we got Tetris. He knows what he's doing. Ronckley on the spot there. He's the best.
If you want whatever Ben Mullen is drinking, you got to drink some Starbucks coffee and water right now.
Yes, right now.
Right now.
Ben will, I guess, Facebook out later. What? Because you don't tweet, Ben, right?
Yeah, I don't really tweet. I'm an old guy. I'm on Facebook, which I know is basically a boomer thing at this point.
Any Ben TikTok? Are we gonna get a Ben Mullen?
No, you're never gonna get a Ben Mullen TikTok. I do show up on Discord once every 4 months.
That's true.
And I say one thing, and then I leave.
You come out of hibernation, and we'll get Ben. Dust him off mothballs to get him over here. But you know, Ben, honestly, the world loves you, man. Chat is loving Ben Mullen.
My wife is annoyed enough at how I don't respond to people well enough that she is going to be joining Discord. So if anyone needs to get a hold of me, you're going to want to find Mary Mullen.
Oh, nice delayed spin there for Sodium, but battle at the top continues, Ben. We're still in game 2 of Huff and DMJ with Huff getting a 135,000 point lead.
And somebody in chat asked, did Sodium top early? Yes, by modern standards. I wouldn't call that an early top out for me. That would be a pretty normal time to top out.
Ben considers level 19 the kill screen these days, so it's okay. But we're about getting set to get to kill screen on our end, Ben. That top match, Huff trying to get back in the game, trying to tie this one up. 162,000 point lead and adding more to it. This is a cushy lead.
It's a big one. So Huff really does have a lead here, and that would even it up. So it would just be I like to see deciders. You know, if I'm rooting for Alex T, that's my number one. But the next thing I like, deciders.
Absolutely.
So give me them deciders, baby.
Always got a good decider. We get thirsty for those. But right now we're worried about game 2. 250,000 point lead, Ben.
Chat asks, does Harry Hong follow Ben on MySpace? Harry Hong follows me on the street.
Well, I think you guys might have looked up back on Friendster in the day.
Oh, yeah. He's in my GeoCity.
Oh, Ben, you're dating yourself now.
He's the mayor of GeoCity.
Here's the mayor of 29. Huff is going to top.
Oh, and Huff tops out. Oh, my goodness. This gives a chase down attempt, but is he going to be able to make it?
Oh, what a triple from
It
DMJ.
looks hard. That looks hard, honestly. Oh, but he gets that over.
What a flat burn.
I cannot. Getting that over is going to make this a game. DMJ is going to shock the world, maybe. We shall see.
Nicely, yeah.
He's got a ways to go.
119,000 points, so definitely going to need one or two Tetris here, Ben, because the Tetris are weight on them.
Yeah, he's got a ways. He's doing it. He's operating. All right. Alex T with a monster lead of 3,420.
That is quite monstrous, yeah. DMJ still fighting here, Ben.
DMJ heard that he wasn't the favorite, and he's like, nah, man, I'm doing this. Watch me operate. And I'm watching him. I'm impressed.
And here's the thing, Ben, right? You got to think like Huff had a 250,000 point lead at one point here.
Nothing to
DMJ
sneeze
has
at.
chopped it down. A little bit of a T problem now.
Ooh, so this could be.
Look at these solves here for the burns.
The
by
burns
DMJ.
are incredible. It's just a great amount of wisdom. And oh, that was a bit of a misstep
there.
there.
The hang. This is a problem for DMJ.
This is going to be a serious problem. This might end it.
And that will
does
do it.
end
The run
it.
is over. DMJ cannot catch.
A noble chase down effort. Really, chopped down a 250,000 point lead down to 62 on the kill screen.
That was incredible.
Made a believer out of me.
Absolutely. Wow, what an exciting game number 2. That one was at the top. They'll be tied 1-1 as we get set to continue on the bottom. They've already begun game 3. Alex up 2-0. Sodium up 75, now 52,000 points. The Tetris are getting exchanged. We're getting close here, Ben, to the Joey Parker turn.
The Joey Parker. Us old people have heard of the Joey Parker
Let's
turn.
give a shout out to our friend in New Zealand now.
We should give shout outs to the people we like. Yeah, Joey Parker has moved to New Zealand with the fam.
Let's count out down on our game over here in
3, 2, 1, Tetris.
They'll get started at the top.
So if you're old, the transition means something, and so does the kill screen. And the 100 lines is kind of a moment to check in, to ready yourself for that transition.
Yes.
And to check in on your score. I always like to say 400 to 100 is good. I mean, that's a reasonable score.
It is, yes.
So, yeah. That's the Joey Parker turn, and he coined it, and so it's his.
He definitely did, and as he should, you know. All those.
Frantic Thumb wants a shout out to go to Terry, and here's the shout out. Hi Terry, I love you, buddy. I wish you were here. Terry's one of my very best friends in Tetris. He actually comes to visit me in Minneapolis.
Oh, he does.
Just to hang out.
That.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We actually went with my son, my at the time 5-year-old, to a mausoleum because they like to go to grave sites because they're very beautiful gravestones. And my son asked me, What is this church for? And I'm like, actually, this is a graveyard, son. And the look he gave me when he understood what we were in, it was just the funniest look a kid has ever given a dad.
Well, you know, that's the Ben Mullen dad for you. He's one of the best, and we have moved on to transitions now, Ben.
Well, we have
maybe your Tetris son, I guess. Alex T continue to rock on. About an 840-point lead there, Ben.
Wow. Just so close the whole game. It's amazing. It's like it's an instance of great minds thinking alike. All their placements are wonderful, and they're just the same score, basically.
Now, Ben, at these high speeds, are you like taking notes maybe to like figure out how did he see that solve? Like, do you want to maybe get a chance to look at that?
Any Tetris is kind of slow enough to understand the piece placement strategy. So I really appreciate it. I couldn't do it physically, but I learned things looking at these guys. They're very intelligent placement.
And they're doing solves here, not for nothing, Ben. You know, we give a lot of credit to the young guys innovating a lot of different placements and maneuvers. But, you know, the recent Best of 5 movie that came out, thanks to Chris Higgins, we'll give a shout out there. He had shown some of the gameplay that you guys back then had your own moves and were kind of setting the standard.
Oh, yeah.
Could be done with Tetris.
We weren't terrible. And when you talk about the old guys and good piece placement strategy, that's really why Jonas is the GOAT. why we call him the GOAT. Because his use of spins and tucks and pole vaults was ahead of anybody else's and way before anybody else could do it. So there is a reason Jonas Neubauer is the GOAT of Tetris. And his piece placement strategy is a big part of it. And his personality.
Of course.
He made the community happen in so many ways.
He did. It was all thanks to him. As you see, the fruits of that labor are showing right now. Alex T, someone that certainly is a character in this community. 874 for him, 859 for Sodium. Ben, this match between the two, it's been just so close the whole
It's so close, and it almost is unfair that it's 2-0 at the moment because it's so close the whole way. And it really, because it's so close, it just definitely comes down to post-kill screen play, which it's gonna this time as well.
Yeah, again, we got 957 for Sodium. That aggressive J setup, you saw that, Ben. So you take that burn and just, try to get it reset. They're not aggressive. Tetris for Sodium, a 16,000 point lead gone, and right back again. They're just trading shots here.
We got two max outs in one game. It used to be, it was only like 2018 when this was the most amazing thing ever to see two max outs in one game. I think it was Green Tea and Jonas who were the first to do it.
The max outs?
Yeah, have both max out in the same game. And Joseph. Okay, Joseph. And now it's just like normal. Oh, he's in trouble. He's in a little trouble. Oh, no!
He's gonna top out.
Okay, so that's gonna...
There's that aggression, Ben. Alex was just building to the sun, no bar coming.
Even Alex T can make mistakes, so that's reality. And we're seeing a bit of a Mullen here, which I appreciate being a Mullen myself.
Of course, right?
So thank you for that, Mr. Sodium.
Sodium doing it for you. Wants that bar, but the bar, he sneaks it in and gets a Tetris at the bottom just for the hell of it.
Incredible.
100,000 point lead is the difference. Nicely done. Sodium stays alive here, Ben. It's 2-1 over on the bottom.
Shout out to all the Huffaluffa girls in the crowd.
Thank you.
There's a Huffaluffa girl group, and they're wearing sashes, and so is Huff.
Good old Ben Mullen coming through. He knew what to say. Right, we're almost getting set there, getting the siege.
Mullening. Oh. So I'm gonna explain Mullening for chat.
We'll explain Mullening once these guys get ready to go. Waiting on the signal.
Oh, we're ready to go. Yeah.
Almost. We're waiting on. We're getting almost a thumbs up. We got the thumbs up now, Ben, so we can count them down.
All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Tetris. And so Mullening, the quick explanation of what a Mullen is this guy. Somebody got it right on here. Tam Rocker 45. You keep playing after you've already won. It's an ignominious way to become famous, but it's my way to become famous, and I kept playing once on Yanni.
And it's inspired, that young man on the bottom left to say he's in favor of Mullins.
Yeah, because it allows you to show the crowd what you can do.
A little bit of a sharky bro for DMJ at the top there. That's that inverted T placement that you don't try to do. It's a little bit of a misflip.
Yeah.
So that's causing him to be delayed. But nearly 100,000 point lead for DMJ at the top.
Yeah, so he'll survive this little bit of burning he has to do because of that. But nobody likes to have to burn. And speaking of burning, Alex T had to burn a little bit because of a little bit of a misdrop, but that's all right. He's back and ready to go.
Alex T burning, is that something new there?
It is almost something new. And the Alex T Sodium thing, they've been so even that they just raise in score at the same rate constantly. So you burn a little bit and you get a 39,000 point deficit, it's going to stay for 100 lines, basically. Which is fine. You got the kill screen.
We have the kill screen. And look at that. That dig from DMJ, look how much it's cost him.
Yeah.
Had a nice size lead, nearly 100,000 points. It's been shaved down by 2/3. 39,000 points the difference. Huffster got to slam a Tetris with the Huffalubba girls out there. Delayed burn to open it up. We're waiting for the bar. That's the best part here, Ben. Is always waiting for that bar when you've got all the board looking so nice and pretty.
True that.
Out there.
True that. Ooh, we got.
This is now for Huffster.
Okay, I almost worried of Alex T's stack getting too high. I don't like it. He's getting pieces that don't fit.
Oh, DMJ's going to top out here.
Oh, DMJ did top out early.
And Huff with that Tetris is going to take the lead.
And so Huff goes 2-1. 2-1 Huff. Okay.
There you go.
These
Man,
things happen. This is DMJ's chance to force a decider right here. That's all this is.
I mean, see how quickly that changed at the drop of a hat, Ben, right?
Yeah.
Where, DMJ had control of the lead, nearly 100,000 points, and then got into that dig during transition to slow down. And it comes back, and we can't get out.
Yeah, and we got a little bit of a suffer situation for Alex, and Sodium had to burn a bit too, so he didn't get to build a huge lead based off that, but he's got a, at this point, notable lead of 86,000. I see in chat it says Alex T is the digger of all time. Yeah, he can dig out a stack. Okay.
All right, yeah, you can see here at the top, Ben.
Ooh, this makes me nervous.
Huff is feeling cold.
Okay, we got it.
Huff trying to get comfortable here, Ben, to just get ready. Very, very important game number 4 coming up. We're ready to go, Ben. We're gonna count them down.
All right. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Huff is freezing. Oh,
they're gonna take a moment. They're gonna see if they can help Huff to warm up the hands.
yeah, Huff's a guy who gets a little cold. And Alex has a misdrop at the top of his screen. He'll be able to clear that out easily, but that is going to cost some score.
Did you see that roll, Ben?
Amazing. Amazing.
That was crazy there.
Okay, that's going to be able to, he's going to be able to clear this out pretty nicely now. But he does have now a 120-ish thousand point deficit.
Exactly what Sodium need here, Ben, to get back in this one. You maybe want to steal another game and force a decider.
Just really rough RNG there for a second. So we're
good to go on the other game.
And in 3, 2, 1, Tetris.
So they'll get that 4th game at the top started. We're still watching the game 4 here on the bottom.
It's in suffer game territory right now, I think, for Alex. He can come out of anything, and I believe he will, but it is at the moment suffer territory.
Tetris for Sodium to take a 200,000 point lead.
Yeah.
That's very surprising when you hear about Alex T, that someone has a 200,000 point lead on you.
Yeah.
In this portion of level 18. We're about getting close to 19.
His kill screen abilities are legendary, so he might not even be all that worried. He probably shouldn't be all that worried. Rather a lead than a deficit, but we'll take what we can get.
Sodium looking, screen checking, trying to see how far is Alex T at. What's your score, bro? I need to know. It's a 160,000 point lead in favor of Sodium as we're going to get set to the 19 play, Ben.
All right. This is where the fun really starts at 19. And I don't even think of the 29 as fun. It's more like a gripping terror that overtakes me watching them play that. All right, they're in 19 now, and they are operating. Both operating very well. A couple of champs. It's really a pleasure to watch them both do what they do. Because I don't sit and watch enough Tetris probably at home, but they are stunningly good at this game.
All right, we have transition now. We are on level 21s for our players on the bottom. All the players on the top are just getting settled in on their 18 play. 163,000 points. He's not running up. Sodium is not running up.
Yeah, it's actually gotten a little lower then, I guess. Sodium did have a very slight dig before. Multiple long bar dependencies for Alex, which can't help. So he's got to dig a little bit for that. And Ben gets out of it like it's nothing. Okay.
Here's the thing, Ben, right? So even though Alex is down 160,000 points, you mentioned his 29 play, very superior. We know what he can do. But he is up 2-1, so he can feel himself to say, you know what, let me slow it down. I can take my time. I can be down as much, but you know what, as long as Sodium can top out at some point in 29, he can go aggressive.
Yeah. Sodium is in the more fatalistic situation of having to win to force a decider. But winning the game last game made a believer out of me. I was very impressed. All right. The lead stays at about 200 almost. So.
Yeah, level 25. Those nice colors here, right, Ben? Those are some gorgeous colors.
Oh.
But the speed is a whole different story.
Oh, I get so nervous watching this. They're not even nervous playing it, but I'm nervous watching it.
Ben's beside himself wondering, how do you do it?
Because if I were in some of these board states, I would be dead in the next frame.
Oh, look at Sodium here.
Oh, Sodium does have, well, he'll probably get out of it.
Okay.
That was a potential problem.
Yeah, I thought he was going to try to roll that bar to the left side to give him that room, but he's wisely put it. He's got
a clean stack.
It up, yeah.
That burning was just enough to knock down that lead.
What a setup from Sodium. Just see that, Ben? He put the overhang of the square to tuck the J in.
Oh, yes.
Tetris up and he had the score. My God,
beautiful.
Solved.
All right, we're about to get max outs from both of them, and we got it from Sodium, and we are about to get it.
It's 100,000 points. So Alex has been able to cut it by 100,000 points at this juncture. We're about to get set for 29 play, Ben. Square.
Okay, we're on kill screen for Alex with a 95,000 deficit. And we're on kill screen for Sodium.
Oh, what a Tetris for Alex to cut that down. Oh, Sodium missed the flat burn.
So Sodium might be allowing a chase down here if he can't get out of this.
Oh, this is so tough for Sodium. Oh, the square timing came in at the wrong time. And
Alex is up just like that. He cut that down quickly. Incredible. And Alex with a beautiful win. And that is the match as well. Sodium, incredible gameplay. Fighting, almost interrupting another match. So don't do that, please.
There we go. Now he can take the flat bump. Now. They're going at it, Ben. They're going at it. They're roughhousing. And the ref has to break it up.
The ref has to break it up.
Alex walks away victorious as they jaw at each other. They're going to go one-on-one, toe-to-toe.
Incredible. It is.
My God, Alex T victorious over Sodium.
Violent Tetris here today, ladies and gentlemen.
Almost a little bit of mishap there.
Well, what do we got? So we have Alex T moving on, which I expected, but Sodium put up just a heck of a fight.
I mean, Ben, that's telling you the kind of gameplay we're going to see all day today. They're not going to be easy games. They're not going to be easy. We want to win.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. Well, since we're on to Huff and DMJ, and we're going to watch them battle it out. Huff's screen is a little bit less perfect, but it's about to be fixed. No troubles.
555 for Huff, 641 for DMJ. So DMJ with the lead here.
Someone says everything Alex does is a joke. Guys, calm down. Oh, no, that was a real fight, ladies and gentlemen. No, I'm kidding. That's probably fake.
Well, Ben was about to run in and save Alex.
They're good friends. The only kind of serious thing that almost did happen is he did almost fall into the gameplay of DMJ, which would be a problem in the tournament. That would have been an actual problem. That would have been a problem. But thankfully, that didn't happen.
Alex has great balance there.
He had great balance. Great poise.
And save that. DMJ, a pro, not affected.
Unaffected. What other kind of shout-outs should we give?
Ben is a big shout-outer.
So. Yeah. The shout-outs to some of the old players. Y'all remember Dana Wilcox? Incredible. Dana.
Oh, she was incredible, yeah.
Yeah. It's come many years. Dana, come back. I want to hang out.
I'm sure Dana's probably still incredible, but we're in level 1.
Yeah, she is.
Tetris with DMJ. 8:45 for DMJ, 7:06 for the Huffster.
And a lot of the older players, they don't come anymore because we can't win against these folks. But what they got to realize is this is just a lot of fun.
Oh, it's so much fun.
They'll treat you like royalty even if you don't deserve it. They do that for me. So come to a tournament and just enjoy yourselves.
And of course, buy Ben a drink if you're around the bar every day later.
Yeah, feel free to buy me a drink.
162,000 points for DMJ. He's looking at maybe a max out on level 26 here, Ben, while the Huffster is still trying to fight through, keep that 2-1 in favor of the Huff.
Well, I don't normally commentate on things that aren't on my stream, but Fractal may be close to being put out. And that would be a big one.
Yeah, something crazy happening here. Meanwhile, over on our stream, it's 200,000 point lead for DMJ.
It's big lead. DMJ is putting up a hell of a fight in this tournament.
Burns by DMJ to keep this board alive. 135,000 point lead over Huff.
Yeah.
We are approaching 29 on DMJ's side. Huff still has about 12 lines left to go.
Yeah, this could be the thing that forces the decider here. And I would love to see a decider, so I'm rooting for it, but really amazing gameplay by DMJ. I think he heard he wasn't the favorite, and he just used that rage to become. And he's not a guy who looks like he ever experiences rage, but I like to think that there's rage. Like, the heck with this, I am winning, and maybe he is.
We're in the 29 play. Ben Huff gonna get a triple to bring this down. We've got
nice.
About 9 more levels to go, Ben, before that 39 super kill screen takes into effect.
Yeah.
The Huffster, trouble on the board. Oh, what a
trouble! No, a little more trouble. Oh! And ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves a decider. 3, 2, 1, Tetris.
We will get our 5th and final game of this matchup. Alex T advancing already, 3-1 win over Sodium. Huff and DMJ tied 2 apiece. The decider, Ben, to move on to the top 8.
It is. I feel heart palpitations just watching this. This is just an incredible thing to see.
It is incredible. Now, we mentioned, kind of give a teaser before they started, Ben. We talked about the link between Huff and the Nubbins Goody. Well, Huff was the last player to play Jonas in the CTWC.
Oh, really?
Yes, back in 2020 when we played online, Jonas and Huff played in the final round to get to the top 8. So it was a top 16 match, similar to like what we're doing right here. So how fitting is it that the parallel is here, that we have such a big supporter of the Nubbins Goody.
We got a Nubbins Goody shirt versus the Huff.
Jonas for the last time.
Well.
Isn't life funny like that, Ben?
It is. It's full of whimsy, mystery, and connections.
You can't write stories like that, Ben. I try to with my Friday Night Fight show. I try to write these evolved storylines, but this one is just organic.
Yeah. And you know, Jonas was a guy. There's so much good to say about Jonas, but we want to remember that he was a very competitive person too. And here's a story about the competitive fire of Jonas. He once beat me. He gave me a game. He did a terrible game once. After he beat me, he leaned over and said, "I beat you even though I gifted you a game."
Gifted you.
And I'm like, oh. So I had fire in my heart towards him that day, but he was just that good. There's no beating the guy.
Well, there was, I think Bidwell likes to tell the story about how you did that interview and were like, I apologize for what I'm about to do. I think that was legendary.
Yeah.
And then Jonas wiped the floor with you after that.
But that was the kind of thing a mouse says about what they're going to do to a lion before they get eaten by the lion, to be honest with you.
With a big contribution here for the match $1,000.
Heard that over the loudspeaker there. $1,000 contribution from Takanairis. He's actually here. He's actually here, Ben. He's been watching the show this week, and he said it's so much fun. He's loving the CTWC vibe. He's a big supporter of what we do. So thank you so much. We do have a Matcherino, so for those of you that are here in our CT chat, you can go ahead and use !Matcherino. That'll take you to the link so that you can continue to add to the price. But we had a huge contribution yesterday, Ben. $10,000 from Scott Gray, of course. He was right in the front there to give us that big contribution.
Incredible.
So there's
incredible.
A lot of cash coming in. So if you are someone that can help support and give the money goes to the players. It's not going to my pocket. It's not going to Ben's pocket, although I'm sure he would love to see some of that change. The players get all that money.
And from the looks of their age, it's probably going to their college fund.
I mean, Fractal won the biggest prize pool in Classic Tetris with the CTM Mega Masters, $10,000. So I'm sure that'll fit the bill for his fall semester coming up.
That's gonna help. That's gonna help. All right, so there's not a huge amount to say yet about the game. Huff was up a little, and then he suffered a bit, and now he's down a little, but not much. So it's a classic decider, very close. Probably their hearts are just beating out of their chests. Oh, that square was unfortunate. You never want to get a square in that situation.
I don't think you want a square in many situations here. I know for a fact here, Ben, that the Huffa girls probably watching with bated breath. That's our friends J1-103, Zempro, and Tyler are all the big supporters of the Huffa girls.
Yeah.
Tetris for the Hufster to go to 409, 425 for DMJ, keeping the lead. 39,000 points.
It's like the purest form of Tetris right now because there's no way to say who might win. It's a thing of beauty to watch this.
Oh, without question, it definitely is. Coming close to the 100 line, Joey Parker turn. Hufster gets there with a Tetris. DMJ at 101, a 5,000 point lead. Ben, this is a tight one as we get set for the big race on 19.
I kind of wonder, does anybody ever call Huff the Magic Dragon? Or is that too old a song to reference to the youth?
It might be for many.
Okay, so maybe us boomers will call him Huff the Magic Dragon.
Yeah, Stanislaus says you are far too old, so don't even try it.
If he ever plays DAS, he could be Huff the Magic DAS Man.
Oh, Ben, I love commentating.
I just can't.
You got the zingers all day long.
I don't even know of any good jokes I have yet. I got to think of some.
No, but you might be noticing here, that's an interesting stat on your screen that folks are watching. You have the bottom right there of DMJ, the runway score. That's something that's a feature of Nestor's Champs, that it allows you to kind of get, based on the pace that these players are going at, what they could potentially transition with. So DMJ with a 637 potential, but reality is going to be that it's not going to get there because of these burns coming up.
Yeah.
Huff will transition first at 557. DMJ now at 616. Here we go, Ben. So it is the fantastic finale.
We have got a finale, and we are on level 19, and we're close. Yeah, those runways really do kind of help you see what could happen, but it's with perfect outcomes. One additional shout out to our crowd behind us. They're looking great. They are enthused, and they're loving this game right now.
But we're loving all of them. So,
and thank you to all of you at home, especially in the chat. You're the fire within me.
We got a drought formed here, Ben.
Oh,
finally kicked out of it. Hufster had to endure it first, but DMJ maintains. It's about 40,000 point lead. Tetris's are going to fly between, so you're going to get 40 to 70,000 point differentials at any given point here, Ben.
I feel like it's going to come down to that kill screen play, and how stable can they be?
Level 22 for DMJ will get the Tetris to go to 23. Huff is about anywhere between 2 to 6 lines ahead of DMJ.
Yeah, and if he keeps on Playing perfect. Well, he can't now. Anytime you see these burn. Oh, that looks tough. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Hufster's going to fall.
Oh, and Huff.
That's it for Huff.
It's DMJ
Huff
who's on.
And DMJ with the nubbin goodie.
It was
empowering him, Ben.
It was a sudden, disastrous set of drops. It happens to all of us. Incredible gameplay.
Hello everyone, I'm your underwater host Sharky, and I hope you enjoyed the match. For the first time in 5 CTWCs, Huff has been eliminated before the top 8, and DMJ pulled off the upset, giving him his first top 8 placement at the minimum. And Sodium did give Alex T a challenge in some of those games, but Alex T was just a little bit stronger and was able to walk away this time. But let's dive into our lore drop for our next matches of top 16. The next 2 matches are Dog vs SV and Andy vs Sidnev. Dog vs SV is a rematch of what happened last year, and it also happened in round of top 16 as well. Last year, Dog was on the verge of elimination and just barely walked away in the decider. With a full year to mature and get better, SV is a threat that Dog definitely didn't want to encounter this early on. Last year was SV's debut, and he made it to top 16, so that in of itself was impressive. The issue is that his opponent is Dog. Dog in his debut became the world champ and defended his title in the second year of competing. Not only that, he's another one of those players that has a strong competitive history, always placing high in CTWCs. And for instance, he's been always at least top 4. So that is to say that this will not be an easy match for either of them. But we have seen 2 upsets in top 16 so far, so will we see another? Andy vs Sidnev is the second match. Now, as I said in the Mega Lore Drop, I would say that this match would normally be fairly even. However, Andy at this particular point in time is at a disadvantage. He did sustain a hand injury before the tournament began, which is why we found him playing in round 0 because of a poor qual in the first place. Now, he did have some convincing wins up against his opponents Tetris Time and Rawmations. In Sidnev's case, there are one of 2 Europeans left in the bracket, the other one also playing in the match that we talked about prior. One game away from being the first European to win CTWC means that Sidnev is capable of reaching such heights again. This is Tetris in 2024, where 2 former CTWC finalists meet each other in the round of 16. But that's going to do it for today's lore drop. A little bit of a lighting difference since I'm recording this at a different time than I normally do, so I hope it wasn't too distracting. But that aside, if you enjoyed the match, don't forget to leave a like, comment down your favorite moment. Remember, you have until the 8th to make an order for the CTWC 2024 and the Celebration Jerseys. As you can see, I'm actually wearing the Celebration jersey this time instead of the 2024 one. Once again, once they're gone, they're gone. If you want more information, be sure to contact me. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. I'm your underwater host Sharky, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next match of Top 16 here in CTWC 2024.